Hello everybody, totally random live just because I was going to do something, or make a card, and I thought it'd be fun to share. I know that I hadn't advertised or planned on this, and that it is a surprise. Hello Elfie, thank you for joining me. There we go, I found it on my iPad so I can hopefully see comments. Excellent. There we go. Oh, it's not standing up properly. Oh, I've got people watching. Fabulous. Fantastic. Let's not chit chatter. Kids are back at school. Third day. Getting back into my routine. I just really needed... Hey Amanda! Really needed to get some crafting in. Now, this is not fun. I can't see comments on my iPad. Ew. I don't like this. I don't like it at all because my camera is higher up and I can't see. I strain my neck when I see. Sorry, moving things that I shouldn't be moving. There we go. That can go there. I wonder if oh no, I can see comments. There we go. Woohoo! Hello, hello, hello. Now, this is the new... I should probably introduce myself properly. For those who may be watching that are not familiar with me, my name is Tatiana and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I like to do, sorry, just adjusting camera, I like to do live videos, which I haven't done over the school holidays because it's a challenge. And as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, we have this wonderful catalogue. It is the January to June MIDI catalogue. And one card particular, I'm just bringing it up closer. This one really caught my eye in the catalogue. I don't know if the video is picking up on this very well, but the die cuts here have been embossed. Not heat embossed, but you put embossing paste, coloured embossing paste on top. And I thought it'd be fun to show you how to do that. I've already pre-cut, so I did all my die cutting because I want to make 4 of these cards. I've got a very messy grid paper because we don't need a clean one for this. We definitely will be throwing it out. And the first thing I've got here is a regular Whisper White base. I've got the Peaceful Poppies. Is it the Peaceful Poppies DSP? Yes. And I have cut this particular one to the exact same size as the card front, which is 10.5 centimeters by 14.8. So those are all ready to go. And then there's this petal pink one, which width-wise I did 3 millimeters smaller than the card width. So that if that's 10.5, so it's 10.3, and then that's 11.5. Put those to the side. The key components are, of course, the die cuts, which I did all of them already. We need 3 leaves. So there's 3 leaves. There's 2 parts for every one. So there's the base of the leaf, the cut top bit. We've got the one large poppy and the smaller poppy. The big poppy pieces are from in Poppy Parade. These black pieces are from Basic Black, which we won't need right now, so I'll put them to the side. These pieces are from Calypso Coral. This is Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. And the way you would add, so if you add the embossing paste on top, it becomes really messy before you die cut. Doing it after you die cutting is much better. And for this we need a silicone mat, embossing paste. I am mixing it up a bit by using the shimmery white, not the plain white. And I haven't decided which tool will be best, but I'm just going to grab some. I always find it hard to estimate how much I need, but good thing I'm making 4 of these cards. So I've put some embossing paste onto my silicone mat. I might just lower the camera so that it's more in view with what I'm doing. And now I'm taking the Poppy Parade ink refill. I'm going to add that too, and I believe that I've never done it with the refills. I will show it with the greens how I do it if you don't have a refill. But I think a drop can go a long way because it's very concentrated. So we just mix that up. Now that's looking... Reds are always a harder colour to mix because when you mix into the white, they can change a bit of colour. And that to me is looking too bright and orangey. So I'm going to add another drop. So you just keep going until you get the colour that you want. I do want that intense red colour. I'm getting it. Just mix it up. The palette knives are sold in sets of 3. So everything I'm using today, you can buy from my online store. I'll add the description. I'll add the link in the description once the video is finished. I would like it a bit more red. Still looking too light for my liking. I hope everyone's well and everyone had a lovely New Year and Christmas season. There we go. That is. Okay, so I've got that, and then I'm going to take my piece and just smoosh, smear, smoosh this all over it. And it's as simple as that. I am trying to coat the entire piece of cardstock in the embossing paste, but not too thickly. And I want to get some of that texture in there. That's the whole point of this. Hi, Cheryl. There we go. My iPad again has stopped showing comments. Comments on, yes. There we go. And I'm using one of the other palette knives just to pick it up. I didn't get quite the corners in, but you can see all the glitter. But that's okay, because this one will have another layer on top. So while I've got the red still out, the embossing paste does dry fairly quickly, so it's a good idea to work quickly. I'm going to grab my other pieces and do that. This card, I don't know, it really called to me. Could you say that? Just trying to get a bit of texture in there as well. It really, something about it, the fact that they used embossing paste on die cuts really appealed to me, something different. Trying to use up, trying not to waste. So I'm scraping up. There is quite a bit here on this paper, and the ink does absorb into the paper. So if you wanted to not have as much of a mess, the idea would be to, perhaps I should have done this in the first place, is do it on the silicone mat, and then less color would be absorbed into your paper, your scrap paper. Let's move this over. And, oh, that's really good. Love it. Okay, I'm going to put those to the side. Oh, not upside down. Let those dry. And I'm going to grab some baby wipes. And we're going to clean up the real red. And I'm going to show you how to do it, how to color your embossing paste if you don't have any ink refills. But I don't want to waste any of it. I'm just going to scrape off that bit, add it to this one. Don't want to waste it. Add it to this piece of cardstock. Using my fingers is not probably the best of ideas. I am very smart. It's not crafting until you get messy, isn't it? Now I do want to make sure I clean my palette knife fairly well so that there isn't colour sitting on the palette knife. And I'm going to clean up. This does clean up better in water. And they do say to clean it quite quickly because the embossing paste can dry fairly quickly, and that's why I grabbed 2 of these. Perfect. Okay, now for the green. I don't have either Old Olive or Mossy Meadow green ink refills, so what I'm going to do is take my ink pad and no, definitely not flipping that. I'm going to press the ink onto the silicone mat, and that is what the ink I'll use to transfer to mix into my embossing paste. So I'm going to grab some more. Don't put inky into there. I've got a little tiny red line in there now. That's okay. I do need more of the red. And now I'm going to do the exact same way of mixing as I did before. So essentially I'm just taking the ink off the silicone crafting sheet and blending it into, now which ink pad did I grab? I grabbed Old Olive. So these are the Old Olive pieces. You could have cut everything out from the white, Whisper White, but I used the coloured cardstock because A, that's what the original design did, and B, because I felt that if you missed bits, then the colour would kind of blend in. So there we go. Ooh. Flipping, flip flop. And by using the craft sheet, I can now scoop all of that excess off. So highly recommend silicone craft sheet for all this. But isn't that just awesome? Getting that texture on the elements, and I'm loving it with the glitter. Who doesn't like glitter on a project? And this glitter doesn't come off that easily once it's dry, so that's really awesome. Scrape that up and can take the next leaf. That one's got a bit of red going into it. Hopefully I won't get too much red on this one. Oh, I'm liking the smaller palette knife. I've always used that big one, but for these little pieces, it works really well. I need more Old Olive pieces. So as you can see, I am able to not waste much product, and I can get a fair bit done. I'm not sure if I'll be able to assemble the card on this video, just because I don't want to waste the embossing paste, and it will take, I've got enough supplies for 4 cards of these, just because they're so pretty, and once you've got the embossing paste out, you don't want to waste it. So what are your favorite sweets in the new catalogue? If you've got one, let me know. What is your favorite product, singular product, or collection of products? I have to say the Poppies are really pretty. Really like the Poppies. And have you seen, I have an online class for the Poppies. It's using the Painted Poppies stamp set. You make 3 fun projects using every single one of these stamp sets. And what's really fun is that I've collaborated with my lovely overseas friends, Angie McKenzie from the US and Daniela Casing from the Netherlands. So we each designed a project, and we're each distributing the projects in different ways. Hi Elfie! So mine is an online class. All you have to do to participate in the online class is to purchase the Peaceful Poppies stamp set from my online store. Order it before the 15th of February, and you will get access to the exclusive video showing you how to put together the projects, and I will mail you the kit to make 2 of each. So that is an awesome deal. And if you add in the dies, which you don't need for the class, but if you add the dies in, then you'll also qualify for a free celebration item. Just removing that bit. I'm running out of space here to put all my... Love the poppy suite. You love the poppy suite, but you're also enjoying the thoughtful blooms from... Yes, you are, Vicky. You have made so many beautiful examples using that punch and stamp set. I have to confess, I have both and have not used either yet. But you have given me a lot of inspiration to try out for when I am ready. Here we go. Whew. This glitter is strong. Is that coming up on camera? Because it is strong here. And I think I'm doing really well in terms of guesstimating how much I needed with the old olive. Because there's only one leaf left. So do you want to keep watching me do all of this, or should I pop back on once this is all done to assemble the card? Is there time? You're welcome. What time is it? What time? I've got devices all over around me, but I can't tell the time. It's 2:07, so I'll have time to pop back and show you, or I can keep streaming and chatting. You haven't bought anything. What? What happened, Amanda? Thought you were all unpacked. Removing, definitely no more green leaves. So cleaning this one up. Probably should take a new clean up to me. You'd like to see, but would you like to watch the in-between? I'll keep going. Oh, your brother's currently living with you. I did know that. Oh, I did know that he was coming. Huh. How's that going? I'm going to keep this video going, and hopefully we can get through this fairly quickly. Because yes, assembling the card would be lovely to show. So I'm just wiping this down again. And I'm going to grab the Mossy Meadow. This time we're going to need a little bit more ink. I love the face, Amanda. So I'm adding a fair bit of ink this time to the craft mat, because these leaves were just the outlines, and I'm moving off the leaves. This isn't a clean task, I will admit that this is a messy crafting session, but it's still fun, honestly. And I thought, why not do a video while having this much fun? Okay, so Mossy Meadow out. We need embossing paste. Whew, my fan in this room, well, not in this room, there's two fans in this room. The second fan, the fan closest to me, has stopped working. And the lights I have here, they're almost like studio lights, just so that I get good lighting for the videos and that. But whew, it's feeling the heat. It is warm today. There we go. Mix that in. Probably will need more than that, but we'll start with that. And this time it's covering the entire leaf. So, oh, no, don't fall upside down. Upside down, upside down. Mr. Squiggle used to say that. Who remembers Mr. Squiggle? Hello, Doreen. Thank you so much for watching for the first time. Have you crafted or made cards? Are you familiar with Stampin' Up? I think you are. If you're not, please write and I'll let you know what's happening. I am basically showing how to create a card that's in the current Stamping Up Catalogue, the January to June mini catalogue, that really caught my eye because of the embossing paste that goes on top of the die cuts, and that's what I'm currently doing, and I'm going to keep doing it on camera, and then we're going to assemble the card. I do have one more colour to mix up after this. We have it warm across the ditch today. Comments aren't showing up on my iPad. Oh, no, there they are. Oh, Australia's sending you the heat. Is it, Sylvia? Oh, man. As long as we don't send our bushfires to you, I suppose. That's not as desirable. The heat, well, it's not desirable, I suppose, either. But it's not as bad as bushfires. Oh. So basically, the reason why I've kept the craft sheet underneath is because I can reduce my amount of waste. I had thought of doing it on top of paper and then using the negatives, so that onto a card kind of thing, but I don't know, a bit of OCD, not quite OCD, but controlling, pedantic, precise me came out and thought, oh, but then it won't be perfect. Could get squished and squashed and couldn't deal with the concept. Honestly, this stuff, if you're not putting it on too thickly, which I'm not, it does go a long way. Now, it would be fun to compare it in person with the plain white to the glitter, which I'm doing at the moment, but I've run out of the white embossing, and to be honest, the glitter tends to be my go-to because I like it. Okay, so it's a personal twit. No fires, but drought. Yes, we've got drought too. Though it has recently rained and our lawn went shooting up. It was very long. Hubby, though, did cut it the other day, which was nice. It's always nice to get lawn cut mode. But yes, it's been... We did go up to North Queensland over the holiday break, and I was shocked about how green it was. Though I'm told it wasn't so green about 2 weeks before we arrived. That they had their rainfall and that it went very green at that point. This is the second last leaf. So there we go. We're almost there. Then we've just got Calypso Coral to go, for which I might take a clean... I do have 2 silicone mats, so I might grab the other one. So I didn't need as much as I thought I did of this embossing paste. Awesome. There we go. Oh, not upside down. Okay, I'm just going to scrape this off so that it doesn't dry. It does dry and it is hard to take off once it's dry. Though the silicone mat, because it's more flexible, isn't as bad, I'll have to admit. I'm just going to scrape that off, grab the baby wipe. Ooh, my fingers are charming. I'm going to put this one to the side somewhere where I don't mind it getting dirty. Where could that be? Oh, found a spot. Okay. Where's my other mat? Ah. No, I don't have 2 silicone mats. I have 2 foam mats, not 2 silicone mats. Okay, cleaning this one up. Oh. Clearly I'm out of practice of lives. Okay. We'll get better. I do want to announce, though, that I'll be going live again. Oh, I'll be restarting my live video series next Monday night, which is all about colouring. I can't remember what we're up to, but we certainly will pick up where we left off, and that will be fun. And then I'll go back to my regular weekly lives on Wednesdays. Wednesdays still work for me, even with the kids' new schedule. I think. I'll double check. I will announce properly. Okay, we need some more. Don't think we need too much, to be honest. It's just outlines, and we need the Calypso Coral. So there's the Calypso Coral. I'm just going to do a drop. Oops, did 2 drops. Can always add some more embossing paste, because I don't want the color to be the same as that. I think what we're going to do is, it's very bright because I added 2 drops. We'll add some more embossing paste to lighten it up a bit. I want it to have a visual difference. There we go, that's better. 1 drop would have been plenty. Now it's these outline pieces. So they won't really need all that much. Though they're very skinny, so it's hard to get even coverage on the skinny bits. Let's see how we go. I feel like it's not happening. There we go. And then pick it up. It's quite thick there. That's all right. So pretty. Scrape that to the side before I bring in the next piece. Sorry, the paper keeps moving. If I just do that fairly thickly and pick it up, it's fairly good. As so, where's some more? So it really doesn't use that much. Oof. It is warm. The kids now finish both 10 minutes later, so I feel like I have 10 extra minutes in my short days before I have to go pick them up. I've got some colour onto those that I didn't really want to get. I'll put that to the side there. Okay, scraping. I do have enough now to finish a card, but ooh, don't fall over here. I just want to use up the embossing paste while it's still wet. And then we can assemble the card. There is a little bit of stamping to go with this card, which is very fun. I haven't decided on what sentiment I would like, so I might leave off the sentiment in this video. Isn't that pretty? I love that. That would be fun on a card. Putting the embossing paste for a negative look. There we go. Just basically I'm going to keep going until there's not enough paste. I do wonder how they got the paste right on those skinny edges, because that ain't easy. And I guess that's why you would use the coloured cardstock, because then it's not as stark difference. What are these smaller pieces now? So I'm trying to not go too thick, but not too thin, because I want it to be on the edges there. And then be careful when you pick it up, you can transfer to the edges. Like a lump. I've only got one left of the Calypso coral piece, and it's this big one. Hopefully we have enough paste. We should. There's enough there. My fingers are all inky. That's okay. What I'll do is I'll pick that up, move it, and start adding again. There we go. Give this a quick wipe before it all dries. The ideal thing is I'll go do this. So I'll be right back, but I'm going to go put this in a tub of water. Rightio, let's assemble this card. I'm going to move this to the side. And there's that. Move the card over here. First thing is I've got a spot here with some embossing paste, which would not be good. I'm going to lift this a smidgen there. So again, I've got the Peaceful Poppy DSP pre-cut, and I'm going to adhere that down to the Whisper White thick card base. So just not too close to the edges because you don't want the glue to ooze out. Line that up. And because it's the same size, I'm just going to tap, and there we go. This one, the cool trick. So you can see in the example here, the corners are got a little curve. So to do that really easily, you just need the 1-inch circle punch. What you do is bring it in and punch the corners out. They won't be all exactly even, but you could put tape, some washi tape, so that it's all lined up evenly, but I am going to just wing it. There's that, and that has some stamping on it with Calypso Coral. Calypso Coral ink, using the ink splattery stamp from the Peaceful Poppies. This is an awesome stamp. So I love this stamp. It's quite fun. You can use it to hi Deb, thanks for joining me. Sorry if that's been a while since I just can't see comments on my iPad. Isn't it awesome? That ink splat. They've kind of got it up there and down here, and you won't see much of it, but it does come up behind. Very good. Where's my, there it is, my chamois. And now I'm going to glue that down. I like the bits to be glued down so that when I keep working, you could glue all the flowers to this panel and then glue the panel to the card front, but my concern with that today is that there's a lot of texture and depth to the flowers, so it would be better to start working with a flatter. Now let's assemble some cards. We've got our Poppy Parade Poppies, and we've got the Calypso Coral. Now they're not drying, it must be very humid here today. flip that around. And we need 3 of the mossy meadow leaves and 3 of the old olive leaves. Yes. And to assemble, all I'm going to do is to add glue to the back. I'm using the liquid glue because I'm adhering it to another piece that has the embossing paste, and that would mean that it's not an even surface. And this the multi-purpose liquid glue, or Tombow as some call it, or the green glue, A has some give, but B can ooze into those areas and therefore adhere quite well. Now I didn't add any glue to the middle bits, and that's okay. A bit of texture. This card is all about texture. Main thing is I want it glued down. If you want the middle bit glued down, you can make sure you add it. And the outline pieces kind of line up with the edges of the inside pieces. This is so pretty. There we go. Bing, bing, boom. The glue does dry clear as well. That's the other great benefit to it. Yeah, the leaves are done. And now for the poppy. That lines up. So again, these outline pieces line up perfectly with the underside piece. I'm just trying to add not too little, not too much. I don't want it really oozing out as I glue it down. But then I don't want to add not enough because it won't stick. Something like this could do with a bit of pressure on top. And what works really well is a clear block. Going to get the orientation right first. There. Now I'm going to flip it this way. This one's really easy. It's got this nice big center tab, a lot of glue too. And you don't have to glue down all the edges. In something like this, it's probably preferable that you don't. There we go. Main thing is that they're together. So pretty. And then the black little stamens to make them more poppy-like. Again, because I'm gluing on top of embossing paste, I'm adding a bit more glue than I would normally, because now the other trick is if you take your pick tool and pick it up the right way, then that gives you a longer surface to hold. Of course, I've added too much glue, but it dries clear, so it's okay. And a bit less on this one. That can go nicely. Doesn't that just really finish the flowers off? That all of a sudden the flowers went from flowers to poppies. Very much poppies now. And away this goes. One up here, this one down here, as so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is glue down these big flowers, and I'm only going to glue them down in the middle. So put a bit of glue there, and I'm happy with the placement. Right, so the reason why I'm only gluing them down in the middle is so that I can slot the leaves in underneath, essentially. So I'm only going to glue this one sort of middle to the side here. So the original card, if I bring that in quickly, has the sentiment right there. And our first leaf kind of slits in right there. So I will add that in. Pretty, oh my goodness. I am copying the design. So I've got it to my left, sitting there. I am copying the placement of the flowers as well, because essentially I wanted to show the techniques used in creating the project. And it looks beautiful that way. You can just leave it as that. That would be fantastic. But wait, there's more. Just cleaning up my fingers a little bit. The Poppy Suite has this fantastic set, and I've pulled it out, and where did I put it? There we go. It has this fantastic embellishment set. I'm just going to bring it up on there. It's the Peaceful Poppies Elements, and it has all these different elements, including these vellum bits, and they have used 2 on each card, on the card. So 2 of these leaves. They're the same leaves as in the stamp set. I'll just bring the stamp set in again. So it's these leaves but shrunk down a bit. That's the original size, and they're a itty bit smaller, and they've been placed in. Now vellum does show glue, so I'm just putting glue on the ends that I know will be hidden. Press that down. Ideally I would have let the embossing paste dry a bit. Normally it would have dried by now, but I think the humidity is stopping it from drying. And this one will go here. And then one final touch is it's got some sequins. And I'm just going to add the glue, because I like to add the glue before I add the sequins. I've got one over here and one over here. And of course, well, not of course, but the Poppy Suite has its own sequins. They are hiding. These are the sequins. These are the Peaceful Poppy sequins, and the card has used just the black ones. Let me see. It's used the black flowery shaped ones. So these come in regular sequence shape, pointing to ones that are too clear. There's that black one, but we're going to be using the little flowers. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find 5 black sequin flowers. There's one more. Oop. Should use the take your pick tool. Where did it go? There we go. There. And the rest can go back. And my trick is always to put the glue and let it set before you put the sequins on, because the multi-purpose glue that we're using, the liquid multi-purpose glue, dries clear with some tack. It's a little bit tacky, and that makes sequence gluing a lot easier. And my other trick is to pull out your pokey end, and I'll put the lid on this on the spatula end and use that as well. So I've picked up the sequence. The glue's not as dry as I'd like it to, but I've got a feeling in this heat and humidity it's not going to be, but that will glue down nicely. And using the other end I can place without getting any glue on my fingers. Isn't that good? No glue on fingers. There. Just add a little bit there. And there is the card. So I cannot take credits for the design of this card, as I've already said at the beginning of this video. I've simply recreated the card that was in the catalogue because the embossing paste bit really attracted me. This card has some weight to it, I have to say that. And one thing I did think was fun, because our height was 14.8 centimeters. So there was a tiny strip cut off of a 6-inch strip. So I think it'll be fun to glue that tiny piece to the bottom of the inside of the card. I'm going to bring in, this is what I love about the mini trimmer. It's so good for little details. So I don't need to guesstimate. It's as simple as that in a chop. It is beautiful, isn't it, Sherry? And grab the glue. It's gorgeous. Thank you, Vicky. And we probably should do an envelope, shouldn't we? I know what we could do for the envelope. For the coordinating envelope. So we'll glue this down. Now, this is purely my embellishment to the whole process. Just because I didn't want to throw that thin strip of DSP out. It's so pretty. I'm going to grab a Whisper White envelope. And what we're going to do is take that same ink splat stamp and the Calypso coral and stamp. Now I would recommend letting the embossing paste dry. I didn't, just so that I could show you the assembling of the card. Assembling, that's such good English, isn't it? I'm trying to stamp without getting ink on my table. Because I only want the ink on the flap. And that bit needed that. So there we have it. If you enjoyed this video, let me know if there's any other card in the catalogue that you might like to see how it's made. And if I have the products, I will make it on another live video. How does that sound? If you don't have a catalogue or a demonstrator in Australia, please let me know and I'm more than happy to send you a catalogue. Where is my piece of paper? Oh, hot, 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 hot. It is warm today. Just a little bit of housekeeping, you could say. So you can shop online 24/7 at bit.ly/shop with Tatiana. Sorry if that paused, or yep, that paused the video. School pickup alarm. Made it just on time. January host code is KVZXQZYU, and you get a free gift if you shop with that code. And remember, I have a painted Poppies online class. Can't spell. And that to participate in the online class, all you have to do is simply purchase the painted poppy stamp set from me before the 15th of February, and I will send you the card kit to make the 3 projects twice over, and a link to an exclusive video showing you how to put these projects together. The class was designed by myself, by Danielle Casey from the Netherlands and Angie McKenzie from the USA, and we're collaboratively are known as the Global Creative Inkspiration, not inspiration, Inkspiration. thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment letting me know if you had any questions, would like a catalogue, or more importantly, would like to let me know what other card you'd like me to show how to make through the catalogue. Either any of the 3 current catalogues, so the January to June mini catalogue, the celebrations catalogue, or the annual catalogue. If I have those products, I will love to show you how to make the card. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back to my regular live videos as of next week. Watch my Facebook page for all the announcements. Bye for now.